Is Dutch food really boring? It's a question that comes up often among travelers, expats, and even some Dutch people themselves. When people think about cuisine, their minds might first go to the complexity of French gastronomy, the spice of Indian curries, or the variety of Italian pasta dishes. Dutch food, on the other hand, is often stereotyped as plain, simple, and maybe even a little dull. But is that fair? Let's explore the truth behind this claim, from its historical roots to the modern-day food scene in the Netherlands. To understand Dutch cuisine, we first need to consider the country's history and geography. The Netherlands has a long tradition as a trading nation. Dutch merchants brought spices, coffee, and exotic goods from around the world during the Golden Age. But while these imports shaped certain dishes, the everyday diet of the average Dutch family remained quite simple for centuries. This simplicity wasn't necessarily about a lack of creativity, it was more about practicality, availability, and a culture that valued nourishment over extravagance. Historically, Dutch meals were built around what was affordable and easy to grow or produce in a country with a cool, wet climate. Potatoes, root vegetables, dairy, bread, and fish became staples. Meals were hearty and filling, designed to keep people energized through long working days, especially in farming and fishing communities. Flavor came less from elaborate spices and more from the natural taste of fresh ingredients. Take stamppot, for example. This traditional winter dish combines mashed potatoes with vegetables like kale, sauerkraut, or carrots, often served with a smoked sausage called rookwurst. It might not be the most colorful plate, but it's pure comfort food, warm, satisfying, and deeply rooted in Dutch tradition. The same goes for erwtensoep, or split pea soup, which is thick enough to stand a spoon upright in. In the colder months, it's a beloved meal across the country. Critics might look at these dishes and think, where are the spices? Where's the excitement? And it's true, traditional Dutch cooking isn't heavy on seasoning compared to cuisines from warmer climates. But labeling it boring ignores the cultural context. In Dutch kitchens, freshness and quality matter more than complicated flavors. It's about straightforward, honest food. That said, the Netherlands isn't stuck in the past. The food scene today is far more diverse than it was even a few decades ago. Immigration has played a huge role in shaping modern Dutch cuisine. Indonesian, Surinamese, Turkish, Moroccan, and many other influences have blended into the culinary landscape. Now you can find flavorful rijstafel with dozens of Indonesian dishes on one table, or a warm bridge kebab on almost any street. The Dutch have also embraced international flavors without losing their own traditions. Even traditional Dutch snacks have their unique charm. Bitterballen, crispy fried balls filled with a creamy meat ragu, are a must-try at any bar. Poffertjes, mini fluffy pancakes served with butter and powdered sugar, are a childhood favorite. Stroopwafels, two thin waffles sandwiched with caramel syrup, have won hearts all over the world. And let's not forget raw herring, eaten with onions and pickles, which is a true Dutch delicacy for those brave enough to try it. Another important point is how the Dutch approach eating out. For many years, restaurant culture here was less prominent compared to countries like France or Italy. Eating at home was, and still is, very common. Meals are often simple but shared with family, creating a different kind of food culture. One that values togetherness over extravagance. However, this has changed dramatically in recent years. The Netherlands is now home to world-class restaurants, some with Michelin stars, led by chefs who are reinventing Dutch cuisine. They take local ingredients, like North Sea fish, Dutch cheese, and seasonal vegetables, and turn them into creative, modern dishes that surprise even the harshest critics. Cities like Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Utrecht have vibrant food scenes with everything from vegan hotspots to experimental fusion restaurants. So, is Dutch food boring? The answer really depends on how you define boring. If you're looking for strong spices, bold flavors, and intense complexity in every meal, traditional Dutch dishes might feel understated. But if you appreciate comfort food, high-quality ingredients, and a blend of traditions old and new, Dutch cuisine can be surprisingly satisfying. In truth, the stereotype of Dutch food being bland comes from comparing it to very different food cultures. The Dutch didn't build their culinary traditions around impressing visitors, they built them around feeding people well, with what was available and fresh. Today, that same practicality is combined with a growing openness to global influences, making the food scene more exciting than ever. Next time you visit the Netherlands, don't just stick to the tourist menus. Try stamppot in winter, fresh herring in summer, and a hot cone of fry it with mayonnaise any time of year. Snack on bitterballen at a brown cafe, grab a warm stroopwafel at a market, and explore the many international flavors now woven into Dutch life. You might just find that Dutch food isn't boring at all, it's simply honest, comforting, and evolving in ways that tell the story of this unique country. So, what do you think? Has Dutch food been unfairly judged? Or does the stereotype still hold some truth? If you enjoyed this deep dive into Dutch food culture, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe for more insights into Dutch life, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Dutch food is boring, or has it been misunderstood?